Singapore's economy is a highly advanced free market economy. The economy of Singapore has historically been rated as being the most open, the fourth least corrupt, and the most pro-business in the entire globe. In terms of purchasing power parity, Singapore has the second highest per capita GDP in the world and low tax rates. Singapore is the seat of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, or APEC. The Singaporeans are the Switzerland of Asia. The movie Crazy Rich Asians wasn't set in Singapore just for clout, it was a statement of fact. When you hear about Asian money, you're probably thinking Chinese or Japanese, and you'd be right. The Chinese and Japanese do have a lot of money, but they're not crazy rich. Singapore's share of millionaires, which includes citizens and permanent residents, is anticipated to increase from 7.5% in 2021 to 9.8% in 2025 and up to 13.4% by the end of the decade. By 2030, 67% of Singaporeans will be worth at least $250,000. There is no doubt Singaporeans are very wealthy. But how do the families hold up? You'd expect that crazy rich Asians would have crazy rich families, and you'd be right for expecting that. So today, that's exactly our focus. We are going to be looking at the 15 richest families in Singapore. 15. The Chandler Family. The Chandler family might not be entirely Singaporean, but they're based in Singapore. It is the family of New Zealand-born, Singapore-based businessman Richard Chandler. He is the chairman of the Singapore-based Clermont Group, a corporate organization that makes investments in both public and private businesses in a variety of sectors, including energy, financial services, consumer goods, and healthcare. Chandler has a reputation for buying troubled enterprises and effectively repairing them. Prior to joining forces with his brother, Christopher Chandler, Chandler served as CEO of the Saverin Group of Enterprises. Between 1986 and 2006, Saverin made investments in businesses across Asia, Africa, Latin America, and Eastern Europe in sectors like banking, oil refining, steel, telecommunications, and electric utilities. Richard Chandler founded Orient Global and the Clermont Group, and Christopher Chandler founded Legdom Group when the brothers divided their holdings in 2007. Deep value investing has been regarded as Richard's preferred investment strategy. He focuses mostly on global emerging markets, and particularly in troubled conditions. The Chandler family is worth over $2.6 billion. 14. The Kumar Family. When you live in Singapore, one thing is certain: your rent is astronomical. Singapore is one of the most expensive countries in the world. It's no surprise that real estate families, such as the Kumars, made it on our list today. It is the family of Kishan RK, son of Raj Kumar. His father, Raj Kumar, is a multi-billion-dollar real estate magnate and the founder of Royal Holdings. Ashok Kumar Hiranandani, the founder and chairman of the multi-billion-dollar real estate investment firm Royal Group Holdings, which owns buildings including the Sofitel Sentosa Resort and Raffles Villa, is Kishan's uncle. He is the CEO of the real estate development and acquisition firm RB Capital, which owns properties such as the Intercontinental Hotel Robertson Kwee, Far East Plaza, and Holiday Inn Express Clark Quay. He is also a Royal Holdingstein from the second generation. Kishan was acknowledged in 2019 for being Singapore's youngest billionaire. Raj Kumar and Kishan RK, a father-son duo who own the real estate giant Royal Holdings and RB Capital, are among Singapore's most prominent landlords. After a 2011 family settlement between Raj and his younger, millionaire sibling Ashok Kumar Hiranandani, the two went on a deal-making binge. The Kumar family is worth over $2.7 billion. 13. The Yee Family. Despite the Yee, the family has nothing to do with Kanye West. It is the family of Gang Yi. He is a Chinese businessman and co-founder of Sea, formerly known as Garena, a global consumer internet company, in 2009. He previously held the position of Group Technology Officer from March 2010 to December 2016, before taking on the role of Chief Operating Officer for the organization on January 2017. Gang Yi has previously held positions at the Singapore Economic Development Board and Wilmore International. Along with other co-founders Forrest Lee and David Chen, Gang Yi started the consumer internet company C Group in 2009. Following C Group's announcement that the third quarter of 2019 saw a record $610.1 million in revenue, the company's shares achieved an all-time high on November 2019, making Gang Yi a billionaire. The Yi family is worth over $2.8 billion. 12. The Hong Family. This is the family of Kwek Hong, a business mogul, entrepreneur, and philanthropist from Singapore. Having turned Wilmar International into one of Asia's top agribusiness firms and the largest trader of palm oil in the world, he serves as the company's co-founder, chairman, and CEO. Additionally, he oversees Perennial Real Estate Holdings Limited as chairman. Kwek started his career dealing soft commodities at Kwek Oils and Grains after receiving a Bachelor of Commerce from McGill University in 1973. He finally rose to the position of managing director at Kwek Oils and Grains and built the Pazer Gudang edible oils refining complex in Johor, then South Seas Oils and Fats, China's first edible oil refinery. He quit the Kwek Group in 1991 to form Wilmar, and Martuis Sitoris, a Chinese-Indonesian businessman, quickly joined him as a co-founder. A modest commodities trading business was launched with $2 million in seed money from the mortgage on his family's home and additional seed money from his father's investing firm, Kwek Hak Swee and Sons. From the beginning, Wilmar expanded quickly, first expanding in the Indonesian edible oil market before expanding into Sumatran oil palm fields and Indonesian edible oil refineries. After a 16-year separation, he and his uncle Robert Kwek decided to integrate the edible oil, trading, and oil palm plantation businesses of the Kwek Group into Wilmar in exchange for a 31% share in the business in 2007. Kwek's early career achievements with the Kwek Group were combined with Wilmar International's explosive expansion under his and Martuis Sitoris' leadership from 1991 as a result of the merger. The Hong family is worth over $3.9 billion. 11. The Lee family. This is the family of Forrest Lee. Lee is a successful billionaire from Singapore who was born in China. He is the founder, chairman, and CEO of Sea Limited, a business that includes the companies Shopee and Garena. In addition, he serves as chairman of Sea Limited subsidiary Lion City Sailors FC. Shanghai Jiaotong University awarded Lee a bachelor's degree in engineering, and Stanford Graduate School of Business awarded him an MBA. Lee did not come from a wealthy family. He owed $100,000 in school loans and had resided with his wife in a single bedroom inside of a 3-room public housing home in Bradell. Later, he made the decision to get citizenship and remain in Singapore permanently. 2009 saw Lee's launch of Garena. The business had only ever run out of a single shophouse off Maxwell Road in Tanjong Pagar at the time. Lee's net worth reached $1 billion on March 2019, following a 45% gain in the share price of his consumer internet business Sea Limited. The Lee family is worth over $4.2 billion. 10. The Kwee family. The Pontiac Land Group, a privately held luxury real estate developer and hotel owner with headquarters in Singapore, is owned by the Kwee family, a Singaporean family. The organization is managed by the Kwee brothers, Kwee Leong Keng, Kwee Leong Tek, Kwee Leong Sin, and Kwee Leong Feng. Father of the Kwee brothers and Chinese-Indonesian textile dealer and real estate developer Henry Kwee Hien Leong immigrated to Singapore from Yuxi Town, Fuking City, Fujian Province, China in 1958. In 1959, he established Kwee Incorporated, then in 1961, the Pontiac Land Group. In 1988, Henry Kwee passed away. The managing director of PLG is Kwee Leong Keng, the oldest of the Kwee brothers. Among other public service roles, he has held the position of Singapore's non-resident ambassador to the Republic of Poland. The group's chairman is Kwee Leong Tek. Both Kwee Leong Sin and Kwee Leong Feng serve as board directors. The Regent Singapore, Ritz-Carlton Millenia, Conrad Centennial Singapore, and the Capella Singapore are just a few of the upscale properties owned by the Kwee brothers through Pontiac Land Group. They also own office buildings and shopping centers, such as the Millenia Tower and the Centennial Tower. The Kwee family is worth over $5.8 billion. 9. The Goh Family. The Goh family is one of the wealthiest families in Singapore. It is the family of Wee Chow Goh. He is a multi-billionaire businessman from Singapore who serves as chairman emeritus and honorary advisor to United Industrial Corporation and United Overseas Bank in Singapore. In 1958, Wee became a member of the United Chinese Bank's board of directors. 2 years later, he was given the position of managing director at the bank, and in 1974, after his father Wee Cheng Chiang, the institution's founder, resigned, Wee took over as chairman. Wee Ee Chong, his son, took over as United Overseas Bank's CEO after him. He continued to be close to his father and picked up business practices while utilizing his billionaire father's extensive network of contacts and connections. Wee's father created United Chinese Bank in 1935, and he joined the board as its youngest director in 1958. Before returning to his job at UCB, he spent several months in London working as an employee of a British bank to observe its processes. Wee Cheng Chiang left his position as managing director of UCB in 1960, although continuing to serve as chairman, and Wee took over on July 1. Prior to Wee's influence, the bank only provided finance for domestic trade and foreign exchange transactions. To avoid a name conflict with an already existing bank in Hong Kong, UCB submitted an application to establish a branch there in 1964. As of January 1965, the bank is now known as United Overseas Bank. By the time he took over the bank's operations, we had more than 100 times increased the bank's trade finance business. In addition, he increased the company's authorized and issued capital, expanded the loans division, and virtually quadrupled the size of the assets. The Goh family is worth over $6.8 billion. 8. The Khoo Family. The Khoo family actually featured in the movie Crazy Rich Asians. Though fictional, it didn't take anything away from the fact that the real Khoos are still crazy rich. It is the family of the late Khoo Tek Pot. He was the largest individual shareholder in the British Bank, Standard Chartered, and the owner of the Goodwood Group of boutique hotels in Singapore and London. The majority of his wealth came from shares in Standard Chartered that he acquired in the 1980s to resist the proposed takeover of Lloyds Bank, which many bankers considered unfriendly. Built in 1900, the Goodwood Park Hotel in Singapore is a preserved historical site. It was discovered that Khoo had a larger shareholding in 3 of his listed companies, Goodwood Park, Hotel Malaysia, and Central Properties, than had been disclosed to the Singapore Exchange in 2004, the year after he passed from a heart attack. Jacqueline and Elizabeth, his daughters, who held management roles at the companies, were each fined $500,000 in total. Khoo bequeathed his children an interest in Standard Chartered, which was at the time around 11.5%. The Khoo family is worth over $6.9 billion. 7. The Koguan Family. The Koguan family is one of Singapore's wealthiest families. It is the family of Leo Koguan, who founded and serves as chairman of S8I International, a $12.3 billion in revenue company that is led by his ex-wife Tai Lee, a billionaire as well. Koguan, who claims to be the largest Tesla investor in the world and is probably best known as an Elon Musk fanboy, currently makes the majority of his fortune from Tesla shares. He sold the majority of his stock holdings at the beginning of the widespread market pandemonium in order to purchase long-term Tesla call options, including shares of Baidu and Nvidia. He graduated from Columbia University with a master's degree and the New York Law School with a law degree. He presently lives in Singapore and is an American citizen. The Koguan family is worth over $7.6 billion. 6. The Yang Family. Ever heard of Hot Pot? This family owns it. It is the family of Zhang Yang. He is a multi-billionaire businessman of Chinese descent from Singapore who founded the Hai Di Lao restaurant group, which is most known for its network of hot pot restaurants. By the end of 2018, there were 466 directly operated Haidilao hotpot locations operating throughout more than 100 cities. Additionally, Zhang owns a majority position in Yehai International, Haidilao International Holding, and Haidilao Catering. More than 1,400 restaurants owned by Haidilao generated $6.4 billion in sales in 2021, primarily in China, but also in the United States, Japan, South Korea, and Singapore. Haidilao is well known for its hot food and careful service, which includes providing complimentary manicures to patrons who are waiting. When Zhang first started his business, he had never completed high school and had no idea how to make the customary Sichuan hot pot. He managed the business despite the seed money from 3 pals, including one who later became his wife. The Yang family is worth over $7.7 billion. 5. The Kwek Family. The Kwek family is another real estate family in Singapore. It is the family of Kwek Langbang, the executive chairman of the Hong Leong Group. In 1990, he was elected chairman, and since then, he has built the Hong Leong Group into a conglomerate with more than 300 firms, including 12 listed ones, earning him a name on a global scale. Kwek serves as chairman of Singapore's top real estate developer, City Developments Limited or CDL, a global property and hotel company. 20 nations in Asia, Europe, North America, and Australasia are served by it. 8 of CDL's affiliated and subsidiary firms are listed on the stock markets of Singapore, London, Hong Kong, Amsterdam, New Zealand, and Manila, among its more than 250 subsidiaries and affiliates. With a market value of $5.8 billion, CDL is barely outside the top 10 listed businesses in Singapore. It is also Southeast Asia's second largest real estate developer. Hong Leong Financing, Singapore's largest finance company with a network of 28 branch offices, is another company owned by Kwek's Hong Leong Group. While his cousin and fellow billionaire Kwek Lang Chan is in charge of the operations of the Hong Leong Group in Malaysia, Kwek is in charge of those in Singapore. The Kwek family is worth over $9.3 billion. 4. The Saverin family. The Saverin family is media royalty. It is the family of Eduardo Saverin. In 2004, Eduardo Saverin and Mark Zuckerberg, a fellow Harvard student, co-founded Facebook. He is now a venture investor, yet his modest but lucrative Facebook ownership is still the main source of his fortune. Raj Ganguly, a seasoned member of BCG and Bain Capital, established the venture firm B Capital in 2016. The fund currently manages $6.5 billion in assets. B Capital raised $250 million on July 2022 to invest in early-stage entrepreneurs. Saverin, a native of Brazil, has lived in Singapore ever since giving up his American citizenship in 2012, just before Facebook's initial public offering. The Saverin family is worth over $9.6 billion. 3. The Goh Family. This is the family of Goh Cheng Liang. The majority of Goh Cheng Liang's income comes from his ownership of the 4th largest paint company in the world, Nippon Paint Holdings of Japan. Before partnering with Japan's Nippon Paint in 1962, Goh began producing paints at a tiny business in Singapore. His son, Hup Chin, who serves as the chairman of Nippon Paint, concluded a $12 billion stock and cash transaction in 2021 to acquire the majority of Nippon. The business commemorated its 140th birthday on March 2021. The University of Tokyo and Nippon Paint have teamed up to conduct research on novel products that provide COVID-19 protection. The Goh family is worth over $13 billion. 2. The Ng family. The Ng family is the family of Robert and Philip Ng. The largest private landlord and real estate developer in Singapore, Far East Organization, is under the leadership of brothers Robert and Philip Ng. Their father, Ng Teng Fong, who moved from China to Singapore in 1934 and became known as the King of Orchard Road, formed the group. Their Hong Kong subsidiary, Sino Group, is managed by Robert, the older sibling, and his son Daryl, while Philip is in charge of the Singaporean operations. The 416-room Fullerton Hotel Sydney was inaugurated by the Ings on October 2019 in a 147-year-old heritage structure that formerly served as the General Post Office. The Ing family is worth over $15.2 billion. 1. The Lee family. This family is not to be confused with the previous Lee family. You can just consider this Lee family to be the richer Lees. It is the family of Lee Siding. Lee is the founder and chairman of the medical device supplier, Shenzhen Mindray Biomedical Electronics. Lee's initial foray into business was at the largely state-owned Shenzhen Ank High-Tech Company in Shenzhen, Guangdong, which was founded by the Chinese Academy of Sciences in the 1980s. The company introduced the first magnetic resonance imaging scanner in China in 1989. It is the country's first truly domestic medical gadget manufacturer. Lee, Xu Hang, and Cheng Ming launched the production of medical equipment Mindray in Shenzhen in 1991. In order to raise $270 million, Mindray went public on the New York Stock Exchange in 2006. Lee and the other two Mindray co-founders sold the business for $1.9 billion in 2016. Lee relocated to Singapore and was granted citizenship in 2018. The Lee family is worth over $15.6 billion. The Lee family brings us to the end of our list of the 15 richest families in Singapore. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video till the end. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, and also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. We always love welcoming new subscribers into our growing community of touristers here on The New Tourist. See you in our next video.